Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Monte Carlo, head of Monte Carlo Boxing Bonanza this Saturday, live on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
I'm joined by the one and only Malik Scott, who takes on King Kong Luis Ortiz this week.
Absolutely.
How are you?
Good. Take on King Kong by choice.
Which is quite relevant and quite specific to the fight.
Yeah. I'm at the point of my career, that's the only kind of fights that I want. And those are the only kind of fights that I'm actually choosing. You know what I mean? If I can't get serious threats in the ring against myself, then I won't be in the ring. So you won't see me in there with just any type of guy. Like, you know, I'm putting it all on the line. If someone is quote unquote King Kong, then they have to prove that to me. I won't know that or criticize that from sitting at home on my couch watching other guys take chances fighting them and me not taking a chance because of whatever type of reasons. You know what I mean? So here I am, man.
You said in the press conference, to use your exact words, there were some other fighters, young lions, that were options to you, which could have been your next fight. But you wanted to pick someone that is regarded as an avoided fighter in Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, definitely.
Despite his age, people can't dismiss his punching power and ability, and you know.
And it's the way he doing, and it's the way he getting rid of guys. So it's almost like I said this about, I remember before me and Deontay fought, I told people, I told the Showtime crew, one thing you got to give him credit for is he takes out the garbage pretty well. Luis Ortiz hasn't been fighting garbage, and he's still been taking it out well. You know what I mean? He's fighting tough guys with huge hearts like Brian Jennings, Tony Thompson, and you're taking them out in fashion like that, you're a force to be reckoned with. But at the point I am in my career, I need his market. I need that type of invincibility, quote unquote, opponent on my resume. If I can't get those type of guys, then I'll fight guys like Tarver, who has like legendary Hall of Fame status or something like that. So yeah, I had a hit list. Cool. My hit list was Luis Ortiz, David Haye, and Anthony Joshua. So God gave me what I wanted with one of my guys on the hit list. So I got to take care of him Saturday night if I plan on fighting AJ or David Haye or any of those guys.
How long has that been your hit list for then?
Because to me, I'm a very candid guy. So I go off of the fact of who are people looking at that can't be beat at this present time right now. And I really believe people can't see David Haye losing right now. They can't see Anthony Joshua losing right now, and they definitely can't see Luis Ortiz losing right now. Those are just the facts. If you did a poll, the stats would show that those are the people that they just can't see losing right now. So that's how that became my hit list, because I only want to fight people, that's how you get big in boxing, cool. You got to beat people that people think you can't beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I'm just trying to do right now. So Luis Ortiz is the first up to bat, and I got to take care of him. I got to tame this lion, man.
Eddie Hearn said in the press conference today that the heavyweight division is
cracking.
Yeah, I mean, similar type of words to what you just said there. But there is also an argument that with certain belt situations, the fact that some fights haven't happened this year, quite notably Fury and Klitschko, and then after that Joshua and Klitschko. Right. Are we in a place where the heavyweight situation is a bit confusing, to say the least, of what's going on in it, or wouldn't you see it like that?
It's coming across as a how can I put this? It's coming across as an enigma that's figured out, but it just can't seem to hit the bullseye. Like, you know what I mean? It's teasing people and it's making people think these big fights is getting ready to happen, and then when the people get the news that the fights didn't happen, then it get replaced with, let's just say, people are not happy with Joshua and Molina. But I believe no matter who Joshua would have fought after get ready to fight Klitschko, nobody would have been happy. It's just like the time that we're in, but it all comes back around. Like, I wasn't even really thought of when Tyson was coming up, in his era. People wasn't satisfied then. When Larry Holmes first came on, they were so used to Ali and all the hype in the division that people was even saying, the division is dead. Now here it is, Larry Holmes is fighting Ernie Shavers, who hit like a Mack truck, and people were saying, the heavyweight division is dead. It's just mankind that's never satisfied. They fear what they can't conquer. So it's almost, that's the type of time that we're living in. Like, you know what I mean? And you just got to accept it and keep pushing forward. The fight that I'm excited the most about right now, besides my own, is DERECK CHISORA and DILLAN WHYTE. That's the most, like, bro, come on. Like, I'm gonna, like, fly to that fight and see that fight. That's the shit. I don't know how you could say the heavyweight division is dead when fights like that is happening. Then it's happening on the same card as Joshua Molina, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else on that card? Is David Price on that card?
There's a possibility he may be on the card. Luis Ortiz will be on that card.
Yeah.
Obviously, judging by what happens on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'll still make sure he's on that card. I won't hurt him too. Like, you know what I mean? He'll still be able to fight on that card, like, but he'll just be doing it, with a defeat on his record. That still won't stop him from fighting. If he don't break his hands or he don't get hurt or if I don't do too much of a number on him, then he'll still be able to fight. That whole thing, Cougar, is really none of my business, actually. The whole thing, like, I've got a lot of emails. Well, they looking over you, man. He's getting ready to fight. They got him on the card with already, and I didn't see they had Tony Thompson get ready to fight Deontay Wilder before I fought Tony Thompson. And then what happened? I didn't see this type of history repeat itself. Even if it wasn't me in the situation, I didn't see this type of stuff happen before. I'm at the time in my career, nothing is new to me or shocking to me in boxing. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. And when you're dealing with somebody that's been sitting on a shelf like me since my last big win against Tony Thompson and been striving in my life to get to a moment when I could really shine and show my ability and show people how much I believe in myself. Like, this is a lot of stuff that I'm going to release Saturday, so I just can't wait. But nothing's going to shock me. Like, Luis Ortiz is coming with power, period. And he's coming to use it. If I can't defend myself or offset him, then I don't deserve none of the big things that I want out of this sport.
You've only 2 defeats in your career have been to DERECK Chisora and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I had a draw against Glasgow.
The DERECK Chisora one was a strange one, the way, obviously, that came to an end. What have you taken from those 2 defeats?
Like I always say, being to the fact I'm a very candid guy, and I believe in reality more than I believe in anything. I believe I should have got up at 6 when I fought Chisora. I believe when I fought Deontay Wilder, I shouldn't have gotten the ring cold. I shouldn't have been expecting his right like the man can't throw a left hook behind my guard. Those are just the facts. Now, I can easily say other excuses, but those ain't facts. I'm telling you facts what happened. There's no way I was supposed to get up at, 8 or 9 when I fight Chisora in his country? Like, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking, obviously, to do something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Deontay caught me with... The thing with the Deontay fight is Deontay have actually hit me harder with 20 ounces on, and I took the shot better. But different fight, different night. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't have... The hardest puncher I've been in the ring with, probably as far as brute strength, is Alex Leopi. He hit me on my temple. I didn't budge. Tony Thompson tapped me on the head, and I'm looking up, and the ref is like, different fights, different... Boxing is weird like that, man. I done seen Mike hit guys with the bolo shot, and some guys, Holyfield take the shot. Then he hit Frank Bruno with the bolo combination. Frank Bruno almost looked like he could really have a seizure. Different fight, different night. Like this is why boxing, to me, is so intriguing and so interesting, because no matter how confident none of us fighters are we're going in the ring, the fact is you just never know what may happen. You just made it. I say it all the time. Every fighter walks in the ring on fake. Every fighter. Like, you know what I mean? We're all walking in there. We know we put the work in. We know we sacrifice. We pray. We keep God first and everything. You know, you just hope and pray for the best and to do your best. And whatever. That's almost actually the victory right there. Doing your best, and whatever the result is from that, you got to be able to live with that. Discouragement is something that comes with boxing. If you can't deal with discouragement, then I swear on everything I love, this is not the sport for you. As a competitor, if you can't, because even in the gyms, you're going to face tasks. You're going to go through things. Like, you're going to be uncomfortable. Like, you got to go through stuff, man. If you can't deal with bouncing back and rebuilding Rome brick by brick, like I'm always saying, then this is not the thing for you. So,
at the end of this month, it'd be a year since Tyson Fury defeated Vladimir Klitschko in Germany.
yeah.
To take
I was there, cool.
Remember, take those belts away from him. It's been a sad and a downward spiral for Tyson Fury since then.
Yeah.
You as a heavyweight in this game, do you accept that without Tyson Fury doing that, we don't know where the state of heavyweight boxing would be today?
Fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a very touchy situation to me because I thought Tyson got done wrong. It's very touchy. I don't want to touch on it too much because, like, I've never seen that happen before. The whole Tyson Fury thing, how he beat somebody that was a champion for so long and went through so much crucifixion after the fight, and you know, it's just like, you know, and we all know Tyson's not perfect, but it's like the way how that was done is just like, it just seemed like a real political blackball type of situation with Tyson Fury. And you know, I'm with you. I want him to come back. My honest opinion. I want guys like him, character and ability wise, is good for the division. So, you know,
I mean, Tyson Fury and Team Fury would be the first people to admit that Tyson doesn't help himself with some of the comments that he makes.
true.
But his achievement inside the ring should be formally the first thing that's judged upon. And I think that Tyson and Peter Fury and the whole team believed that it was never his achievement in the ring that was the first thing that was judged upon. It was about everything that would come out of his mouth before and after the fight.
Right. Yeah. So it's almost like when you live in that type of life, you make that bed, you gotta lay in it. You know what I mean? You know, you make that bed, you gotta lay in it. You talking the talk, you making gay comments, and we're living in a world where, guess what? Yeah, you can say what you want to say, but it's a price to pay for being that type of individual. Tyson is paying a price, but what he's not doing is complaining. I don't hear no whining coming from him. As a matter of fact, he's showing tons of humor going through this type of situation. So, I mean, he just got to go through what he's going through and, you know, rebuild his Rome brick by brick, man. And, you know, him and Peter and all them guys are always in my prayers. Those are good people. Like him, Peter, Huey, all of them. Like, I spent time with them before on the one-on-one. Those are good people. So I just hope they come through this with flying colors as well.
And obviously, since his belts have been vacated, we're seeing Parker fight Ruiz Jr. on the 10th of December, the same night as Joshua. Mm-hmm. We're seeing possibly Joshua take on Klitschko for the super title. We'll be in a position next year where we'll probably have got 4 different heavyweight champs.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate thing too, because it's like the real era was when Ali just was champion. It just was him, or when Mike Tyson era, he was just champion. It just was, and Lennox and stuff like, he was just. But I mean, you know. And if you ask me personally, I really believe it's just all about finances. Sanctioning fees, positioning, you know, getting your guy in this position, because, you know, it's entertainment and it's business, you know what I mean? So people are working their magic to get their guy in the best position, and doing that, it costs. And if you're willing to pay, you can maneuver. And by so many managers and promoters maneuvering their guys and getting title shots, and one title here, one title, it's making the division look like, well, who's who? Like, you know what I mean? But money is the rule of all evil, so that's what's happening in the heavyweight division right now, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Where do you see, or with what governing body do you see your best route of acquiring a world title?
Well, I stopped, before I beat Tony Thompson, I stopped being interested in the ratings. Because I'm not going to say no one's name, but I'm going to say this. It was at a time that a kid had probably 10 fights, and all of a sudden he became number 2 in the WBC. And I said, what the fuck is going on? This is possible? And once that happened, I just said, the chips gonna fall where they fall. I'm just interested in training, fighting, you know, listening to my people and the people that's praying for me, and you know what I mean, whatever. But to get caught up into the rapture of that, because what's for me is for me. Can't no sanctioning fee, can't no title. Like, God has already got that. Malik's got destiny written. So if it's meant for me to be a world champion, I'll be one. But one thing is for sure is I'm not gonna be at home sitting on my couch complaining and watching other people strive in their life and I not do nothing. And there's no fighter that possess that much fear. I don't care if it's King Kong, Mike Tyson in his prime, nobody that could make me not take a chance and fight them and try my damn hardest to beat them. Like, you know what I mean? That's not gonna happen. So whatever I have to do to get a world title fight, I'll do. And then if it don't happen, it don't happen. Either way, I'm gonna be always extremely blessed and I'll always be around. None of that would change the type of person I am. Like, me being a world champion or not doesn't affect my happiness. This is just a bonus to my life. You know, I've been fighting since I was a kid, 12 years old. Fred Jenkins will tell you, you know, boxing is just another element of it. I've been on the streets of North Philadelphia fighting for my little brothers, getting jumped, going to the gym, boxing in the ring. Like, boxing is just another element of it. So if I'm able to be a world champion, all glory to God. If I'm not able to be a world champion, guess what? All glory to God. Because the facts of the odds is I really already made it. If we talking about just life, all of this extra materialistic titles and boxing TV, this is extras. Do I want it? Yes. But the fact is that it's extra. So, you know, I'm just enjoying the fruits and going to continue to strive hard regardless.
When people look at your career and they see your record and the amount of fights you've had, is it fair to say that, or question why you hadn't fought for a world title sooner in your career?
Oh, it's called being in your own way. Sometimes you have people like that. Like, for instance, we'll say when I fought Chisora, that loss, a dumb mistake on me. Deontay, dumb mistake on me. I don't know. I wish, KUGAN, that I knew how to put myself in a position where I could give a better excuses to blame other people. But I'm always the problem in everything. If I trip and fall down the steps, I could fall over a shoe. To me, I should have seen the shoe and not fell. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I believe and we're living in a time where, guess what? Heavyweights are supposed to knock people out. Heavyweights get the big money from knockouts. Think about every heavyweight champion. They're knockout artists. Here I am, the odd guy, 200 and something pounds, and I box like a middleweight guy, and I'm fast and I'm smooth and I know how to but I'm not knocking people out. So that right there hindered me in my career because it wasn't entertaining. You get what I'm saying? But I understand that. And that's what, if you personally ask me, why is it that was that? I would probably say because the knockout ratio. I would say because, you know, the consistency performances. You know, you have two good fights, then have one lackluster. Then you got to be consistent with these. The people got to trust you. Say we want about Anthony Joshua or anybody, his fan base trusts him. You get what I'm saying? They trust the KO show. They trust him. He gave them a reason to trust him. You know, I'm just known for a big man that have extremely good skills. And, you know, I may beat the hell out you one day, and one day, you know, I may have an off day. That's not how you make millions of dollars. That's not how you get considered to be the ultimate elite athlete. Like, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, that doesn't mean, this says a lot about the heavyweight division. That doesn't mean that I can't be heavyweight champion of the world. Like, you know what I mean? Because no matter what, I'm always in the gym. No matter what, I got the skills to pay the bills. No matter what, I could still beat any heavyweight on any given day. You know what I mean? Those are facts. So that's what I believe it is.
Let me ask you about Anthony Joshua. We're seeing an Olympic gold medalist here become world champion, I believe, in his 16th fight.
Very impressive.
To possibly face someone in Klitschko who's been the dominant heavyweight over the last 10 years up until Fury beat him in his 18th fight. Is he being moved the right way, in your opinion?
He's being moved perfect. Since I've been boxing, and I got in this sport since I've been 12 years old, I've never seen a fighter moved, and maneuvered as good as Anthony Joshua. I did an interview with Michelle Joy Phelps the other day, and she asked me, she brought certain names to me, and she asked me what comes to my mind when I hear those names, and she said Anthony Joshua, and I said superstar. Period. That doesn't mean he's unbeatable, but he's a superstar.
Outside the ring, inside the ring?
Bro, come on, you can't, that kid, bro, that's the shit. Like, come on, man, AJ's the shit, and he can fight, and he can hit, and, you know, can have a conversation. He's marketable, like, you know, Olympic gold medal. Bro, these dudes be having pedigrees. That's probably, even the kid that I'm fighting Saturday, Luis Ortiz, that pedigree is priceless. 350 amateur fights, but it all just looked good when he loses. Like, the stage is set for these big guys with these big backings like Joshua, like Ortiz, that the people that beat him, they could go to their graves with them victories. And that's what I'm after. This fight is not about money. Trust me. It's not about money. It's not about this. No, it's about me chasing history, period. I owe this victory to myself. I was working when there wasn't no work. You know what I mean? So, putting it all on the line Saturday.
You said in the press conference that the script is already written for Saturday.
Right.
I'm assuming you mean Ortiz to beat Malik Scott.
Yeah, I'm the underdog, yeah.
So, like I said, this is a motivational tool for you to...
Well, yeah, because it's going to be an upset to them. Like, my people, it's not going to be an upset to Fred Jenkins that have done stuff like this before with fighters. It's not going to be an upset to my photographer that have seen me constantly busting my ass in the gym 3 days a week when I didn't, three times a day when I didn't have no fight coming up. It's a way of life to us. It's not an upset, but it's going to be an upset to Chris Eubank said something one day, and it make a lot of sense to me because, you know, I'm a huge Chris Eubank fan. Like, in and out the ring, he's like one of my favorite guys. And he said something to me, like, people that don't really do boxing or know boxing, it's a sport to them. And it's entertainment for the consumer. But to us people that's really in it, and how this is how we feed our family, is really life or death type of sport. Take sport away. It's a real gladiator life or death type of scene. So, by you knowing that as a fighter, you got to always just give it your all. You know what I mean? And I don't believe me beating Ortiz is an upset to people that know what I've been through and know what I'm doing and know my strive and actually know me. It's just a way of life. Things like this happen. I went to Australia and beat Alex Leopai up at his high school in front of his kids, in front of his wife. Tony Thompson was scheduled to fight Deontay Wilder. They basically had the contract signed. I threw a monkey wrench in them plans. I was the first person to really beat Glasgow before Charles Martin got a world title from him. I set that trap down. Like, you know, this is facts. You know what I mean? Luis Ortiz. Like, I haven't been here before, but I've been here before, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've been here before. It's not like, you know, I'm not going for the whole King Kong. I'm impressed with Luis Ortiz because I know he's a good fighter, not because I'm not impressed with all. That's not, bro, I'm from North Philadelphia. When people do like this to you and say, give me all your money, like, you know, that type of shit. Like, I done seen King Kongs get killed and shot and beat up. I done seen bullies get beat up and have their money took. So I'm impressed with the pedigree. And, you know, that's what I've been training for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Malik, listen, thank you very much for giving us your time today.
Oh, good.
Or tonight, should we say? It's quite late.
Oh, yeah, man. Good. No, it's not that late. It's like, what time is it?
10?
10 o'clock.
Oh, it's cool.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
What
good.
time will you play?
It's late for you, huh? Cool.
Well, no, because at home it would be 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so you're cool.
Well,
Hey, let me
cool.
ask you, what is this thing that you and Dylan are doing, bro? You gotta put me down. Are y'all having, like, music back and forth wars? Or, like, are y'all teaching each other new music?
No, Dylan's geography knowledge is shockingly poor. So he thinks I'm from Pakistan.
Yeah.
I'm from Sri Lanka, and he plays Indian music, thinking that that's a cross between the two. I don't know. So yeah. So
y'all doing that?
So he done that. Then I responded the other day with the tune "Young, Gifted and Black."
Yeah.
Which, if I think about it, is kind of boosting his ego more probably.
Right.
But
he took heed to that.
Do you know the real story about Dylan and Chisora? Do you know exactly what happened? I know I said a little bit to you earlier on.
Well. Honestly, I heard some gym war stories. A long time ago, I heard some gym war stories. And I heard these stories. Yeah, I just heard some gym war stories back. I'm just going to leave it there. You know, Dylan's my guy. I got respect for Chisora. You know, it's my guy. You know, even though we fought, he was in California. We was kicking it. I gave him some of my cigars and shit like that out there with his family. So, you know, but I have to see that fight in person. Not on Sky. I'm coming.
Coming to Manchester.
Yeah, I have to see. Yeah, you don't miss that. I will go and see that fight and Molina's fight on that card. And you know, Eric Molina's my guy too. I support. We have a great mutual respect for each other. Me and Eric Molina. So that's a good. And I like watching AJ fight, KO show. That's a hell of a Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns is doing it, man. He got Ortiz in the ring with me. I've been begging for Ortiz for the last few months. It's heavyweight division is not that bad at all.
Because the original fight scheduled for this bill was against Carlos Takam.
Yeah.
Which is a distant memory now.
Yeah, big time.
I'm kind of glad that obviously it didn't materialise because this is clearly the better fight. So,
right. But Takam turned it down to for the dual pie thing. Yeah. That fight is whatever, I guess.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, Malik, listen, thank you very much again, and weigh-in tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll see, right?
Yeah, can we expect any fireworks at the weigh-in?
No. Ortiz played his role. I do my thing, get on the scale, come back here, rest up. Saturday night, time to put it all on the line, man. It's just simple. And my life is like that. Just like that. So, you know what I mean? I'll stick to my script. I'm gonna go into rage. I'm gonna need all the rage Saturday to get this job done. So I appreciate you coming through.
Malik Scott, gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow.
All right, baby.
Thank you.